Welcome to the ultimate guide to maximizing your damage in Hypixel Skyblock. By following any of these 5 steps, you'll drastically increase how much damage you deal, and to help you decide what methods to do, I'll be rating each one on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the worst and 5 being the best. If you enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Most of you aren't, sadly, and I make some pretty cool content here. Anyways, let's get into the video. Talisman reforges allow you to spec into basically any combination of stats, and are crazy good for getting damage. If you want high single hit damage, Talismans can do that. Or if you want ridiculous DPS in general, Talismans can do that. Regardless of your stage in the game, if you can buy Talismans, you should. Because while they give small stat buffs alone, when you have over 60 of them, you get hundreds of extra stat buffs. A really useful tool to help optimizing Talismans for damage is the Skyblock simplified bot, which I'll link in the description. If you need to go for DPS, then get 100 attack speed. This is a 5 out of 5 rating. It's really cheap to do, only takes a few minutes, and makes a humongous difference if you need damage. Getting better items sounds simple, but it does make a huge difference in increasing your damage. Whether it's a new pet, maxing out armor, or just upgrading a weapon. For example, a tiger pet is a generally good pet outside of dungeons. You get a lot of ferocity and crit damage from it, all only for a few million coins. Or you could purchase a giant sword, because it's probably the best weapon in the game right now that doesn't cost close to 1 billion coins. But if you are considering it, I do also have a nice video on that, so you should definitely check it out. Anyways, a few upgrades you can do to your gear could be hot-potato booking it, getting a better reforge, or maybe just recombobulating it. Anyways, this is definitely a 3 out of 5 method. It can be quite expensive later game, but getting better items will always increase your damage. Basically every enchant nowadays is useful. Buying higher tier enchants or even changing what ones you're using can help improve your damage. If you're using a sword for sword swapping, like for ghost grinding, then using one for all is the best enchant for the weapon that you're sword swapping to. But regular enchants are also very good for overtime damage and healing. When buying higher tier enchants, some are worth paying, while others, well, they're just a complete and utter waste of money. The only ones I would buy are Luck 6, Looting 4, Sharpness 6, Thunderlord 6, and Lethality 6. Everything else is either way too expensive or just not worth the money. Because you'll only be spending around 5 million coins for all the enchants on any weapon, I'm rating this a 4 out of 5. Skills like combat, foraging, and catacombs all contribute to your damage. If you have higher skills, your damage will be, as a result, far greater. For example, the stat difference between Kata 29 and 30 is 9%. If you're trying to get damage outside of dungeons, then I would level up combat, then foraging. Or if it's damage inside dungeons you need, try to level up your catacombs level and combat. This does take some time though. This is why I'm only giving it a 3.5 out of 5. You should still definitely try to level up your skills. When you're endgame and need to squeeze out the rest of the damage you can, what do? Recombobulate talismans. It's not cheap. You need to buy a recombobulator for each talisman, meaning this will cost you hundreds of millions of coins. However, if you remember how good I said talisman reforging was, this method increases the power of those reforges, making it the best way to increase your damage if done. But the downsides can still not be ignored. This is why the rating is going to take a hit. It's a 2 out of 5, but if you are in game, this is basically the best thing you can do for damage. How much damage are you all getting? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, make sure to hit that subscribe button. There's a lot of cool content on its way. And I'll see you next time.